The other thing about infrastructure too in these older neighborhoods, what we found in South Bend specifically, some of that infrastructure, the main lines were so old and so deep that they were just like the utility, the cost to tap into one of those lines was just like astronomical for the price of or for the cost of the development. So it was like 20 some thousand plus dollars. And it was just like that, it just like blew some of these projects out of the water. Like it just blew them up, you know? And so they developed it's like a infrastructure grant or something like that program, where if they're developing in these lots, the city has set aside funds every year to a project could apply for, I think it's up to 20 grand for infrastructure, for like essentially utility tap fees of like plugging into the infrastructure. And then what they also found is like it's actually cheaper for the city if there's a street or two that like there's a lot of stuff or a lot of projects going online soon, like the city will then identify those streets and go in and actually like replace the main line and spend the money to do that, versus like trying to essentially do that one project at a time on that street, by supporting each individual developer. So they've just been very nuanced with that, but that cost is real, and cities should realize that like, yeah, the streets might be there, but what's underneath them could be completely unusable, and that's a cost that it's really not fair for a local or a developer to be bearing that, right? That's like public infrastructure, and if you want any projects or any infill to happen on that in any certain scale of just neighborhood infill, like it's not going to happen unless you actually have some skin in the game and invest alongside them as well.